In a quiet little town in Kansas, there lived an old man named Walter. He was nearly 72 years old and lived alone in a tiny farmhouse near endless cornfields. Every morning before sunrise, Walter would grab his old shovel and walk slowly to the fields where he worked as a farm laborer. Life hadn't been kind to him. Years ago, Walter had lost his wife to illness, and his only son had moved away to another state and rarely called. Even though his back hurt and his hands trembled, he still worked every single day because he had no choice. Bills didn't stop coming just because someone got old. The townspeople often saw him working alone under the hot sun, carrying heavy bags and fixing broken fences. But no one ever stopped to help. One cold autumn morning, as Walter struggled to lift a sack of feed, a skinny boy wearing worn-out clothes walked up to him.
"Sir,"
the boy said softly.
"do you need help?"
Walter looked surprised. The boy's name was Ethan, a 13-year-old who lived with his single mother in a trailer nearby. They barely had enough money to survive, but Ethan had a kind heart. "You don't have to help me, son," Walter said with a weak smile. But Ethan insisted. From that day on, every afternoon after school, Ethan would come to the fields. He helped carry tools, fix fences, and even shared sandwiches with Walter during breaks. At first, Walter felt embarrassed, but slowly something changed. For the first time in years, he didn't feel alone. They laughed together, shared stories, and talked about life. Walter even began teaching Ethan things about farming, hard work, and never giving up. One evening, Walter asked, "Why do you help me every day?" Ethan looked down and quietly replied, "Because my grandpa passed away when I was little. And when I see you working alone, I feel like maybe helping you is helping him too." Walter's eyes filled with tears. Months passed. One day, a local reporter noticed the unlikely friendship between the old farmer and the poor boy. Their story spread across town. Soon, neighbors began helping Walter too. Some brought groceries, others repaired his old house for free. And something even more beautiful happened. Walter legally named Ethan as family in his will, not because of money, but because Ethan had given him something priceless: hope and companionship when he needed it most. On Walter's birthday, Ethan surprised him with a small handmade sign outside the farmhouse that read, "No one works alone here." Walter smiled through tears. Sometimes, the richest gift in life isn't money. It's simply someone choosing to stand beside you when the world walks away.